Hi everyone, this is Miss Tom with Chapter 8, Closure, Day 2. Alright guys, we're on to Closure Day 2. Let's do this. We're talking about exponentials, and exponentials have this formula: y is equal to a, which is known as the y-intercept, and b, which is known as the multiplier, to the x power. And what we're going to do is we're going to notice something. First of all, we know exponentials are really useful. It's how a lot of things grow. And bacteria, sometimes, if you're lucky, it decreases exponentially if you take care of yourself. So what we're going to notice is we are talking about days in bacteria. First of all, whenever you're looking at this, it's really important to notice a couple of things. Notice that y-intercept. Okay. Also notice what's happening between the bacteria. It goes from 1,000 to 250. What kind of decrease is that? Well, you can find it by doing this. If you do 1,000 divided by 250, you're going to get 4. But that's not really going to be our multiplier, because 1,000 times 4 won't give you 250. So how do we find it? We actually go 250 divided by 1,000. Then we're going to get 25 hundredths, which is also known as 1/4. So we're going to be multiplying this by 1/4 each time. Okay? And so since it's being multiplied by 1/4 each time, that's our multiplier. So that goes here. Yes! Then the next one, x. And then for a is our y-intercept, which is here, 1,000. So which one of those answer choices look like what we found? B is the only one. A doesn't have the 1,000, D doesn't either, and C is actually a linear equation, not exponential. Alright, let's keep going. Number 6. Number 6 is talking about triangle congruency proofs. Remember, triangle congruency proofs, we have ASA. And it's not right letting me write Oz. SAS. HL and S. Okay, also known as the triangle congruency proofs. In this case, it's asking you, what more do you need in order to prove it? It's like a detective. We have all the evidence, but we just need this one piece to make it so that we know this is true. Well, you have all the evidence, but you need one more. So in this case, they tell you they want you to find angle side angle, but they only give you what? They give you an angle, they give you a side, but that's it. So what else do you need? They give you an angle, they give you a side, so that means you need another angle. What angle could it be? Well, it could be, which angle? Is it K or is it J? Well, if you choose K, it would be angle, angle, side, which doesn't work. So that means we have to choose J, and J is this. You see how it says angle, side, angle now? Angle, side, angle, which is C. Next over here, we've got angle, angle, side. All right. This case, they only give us a side. All right. So how do we find it? Well, this is also given. And do we remember what that's called? That one's not given per se, but it's actually known as something that is called vertical angles. And with the vertical angles, you know they're equal. So hey, you guys, we've got a side and we've got an angle. What else do we need? We need another angle. Where is that angle going to be? Well, if we put it here, that would be angle, side, angle, which isn't what we want. So we need to put it over here. And I'm going to use a different color for that. We need to put it here. Does everybody see that? Angle, angle, side. if I put that here, angle, side, yes! And that is angle A, or angle Z needs to be congruent to angle S, which is there. All right, let's continue. All right, we've got a real life question about interest. Interest is really important because that's how you earn money. And let's say your grandpa decides to put $1,000 in the bank for you, and it gets compounded 5% annually. That's a good thing. That still follows the formula that we had before. That still follows this. So what we're going to do is we're going to write it. Y is equal to, what's our starting amount that he put into the bank? 1,000. What is the multiplier? Well, it's supposed to be 5%. A common mistake is to do this. Oh yeah, 5%. But that's incorrect. The reason that's incorrect is because that's saying you only get 5% interest. However, you don't just get the 5% interest. You also get the amount that you put in the bank in the beginning. So here's what we're going to do. You have 100% in the bank, which is considered $1,000. If you earn an extra 5%, that's going to be 105%. And 105% is known as what as a decimal? 1.05. So that's actually the multiplier. And that gets raised to the x power. Now, Thomas is 18 now, and he wants to take a look at how much his money has grown. So we're going to look at that. 1,000 is our starting point because his grandpa was super wise and put his money in the bank. 1 5/100 is here. And then instead of x, we're going to write what? We're going to write 18. And then let's find out how much money he has. So I'm going to go to Desmos. Oh, I already put it in. Okay, what is it going to be? It's going to be 2,406 and 62 hundredths. So 2,406 and 62 hundredths. 2,406 and 62 hundredths. All right? And that's how much money he will have in the bank after 18 years. Very nice. All right, you guys, we're on to this one right here. It is an exponential using 2 points. So one of the points they gave us was 0, 2. 0, 2 is an important point because it's known as the y-intercept. So since it's a y-intercept, that means we know a is equal to 2. But do we know the b value yet? We don't. So what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and write down that we do know that 2 is x and 18 is y. So let's write down what we know. We're using this equation where y is 18, a is 2, and b, do we know? Nope. So we leave it as b, and then we raise it to the what power? Oh, we raise it to the second power. Why is it the second power? Because x is equal to 2. Then we're going to go ahead and draw our line. We want to solve for b, so we're going to divide by 2. What I do to one, do to the other. So we get 9 is equal to b squared. And then what we do is we want to try to find b value, and if b squared is equal to 9, you need to take a square root of both sides. And so we get b is equal to 3. And then we are going to go ahead and write down our equation of our exponential, which is y is equal to our a value, which is 2. our b value, which is 3. And we're raising it to the x power. Alright, everybody. So far, so good. I'm going to rebox that because that looks terrible. There we go. Alright. Last one. Let's do the last one. Okay, here we go. Now we're going from a graph to an equation. Okay, so first of all, what do you notice? Well, we notice we're doing extra credit points now. Extra credit points, hours studying or hours working with Ms. Tom in office hours. I'm going to first highlight that y-axis and notice that the y-intercept is what? What's the y-intercept? It's right there. And that point is 0, 3, or 3. And then 1 is what? 1 is 6. 2 is 12. 3 is 24. Does anybody start to notice a pattern? What's the pattern? What are you doing when you go from 3 to 6 and 6 to 2 and 12 to 24? We're multiplying by 2. Did you get that? Alright. Again, we're multiplying by 2, aren't we? So the next number is going to be what? 48. And the next number, 96. Alright, so what is the equation that we have? We've got y is equal to. What's our a value? Our a value is our y-intercept, which is 3. And what's our b value? Our b value is 2. And we're raising that to the x power. There it is. If you were able to do that, great job. That was the main point of this chapter. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.